Spider-Man No Way Home should win an Oscar. Spider-Man No Way Home is undoubtedly one of 2021's biggest films. Some might consider this movie to be the biggest since Avengers in 2012, where Earth's mightiest heroes combine in one movie, or 2019's Endgame, where it all came to a close. And I cannot deny that. When that first trailer dropped and you heard these words,
"Hello, Peter,"
and the idea that Marvel was going to use villains from the previous incarnations was very exciting. A movie that could combine the worlds created by Sam Raimi, Marc Webb, was now joining the world created by Jon Watts. It was an idea I thought was never possible because I never thought about it. To combine movies decades apart and make those characters meet each other was an idea that I just didn't envision in the world of studio heads, money and character rights. It gets messy, so I had never had the dream of 3 separate Spider-Man movies made by 3 different directors in 3 different times could all combine in one movie. And that was what made this movie the most anticipated of the year. But could Jon Watts and the creative team around him really make this work? Would it be a big confusing mess, or would they actually please every fan from all corners of the world? Well, I'll let these reactions tell you the answer to that question. Spider-Man No Way Home is a huge success and has now crossed the $1 billion mark, the first movie to reach this milestone in the post-COVID era. And that in itself is impressive. With many people still not going to cinemas because of the pandemic, this shows how excited people were to see this movie, and especially in the cinemas, and not just wait for it to come out on Disney+. Martin Scorsese, my favourite director of all time, said that Marvel and superhero movies are not cinema. That's fine, they are not his kind of movies he wants to watch, and he has the right to criticise them. But I think he's being harsh. I'm not the biggest fan of Marvel movies or even superhero movies. I like some and I think others are boring. I don't watch the TV shows and I've missed a few movies from Marvel and DC. But what I will say is this Spider-Man movie is cinema, and it is film at its finest. Not necessarily in story or score or cinematography, but what it has done for the audience. Look, I think this movie is good. It's fun, entertaining, sad, and overall what I want from a cinematic experience from this kind of movie. However, is it the best superhero movie? No. Is it the best Marvel movie? No. Is it even the best Spider-Man movie? No. Can I explain what I dislike about the movie? Not really, because I had a fun time watching it. I was excited about all these characters from all these other movies entering in one big film. But sometimes you get this feeling where you know it hasn't hit a level where I can go, wow. This movie doesn't have that for me. Sure, there are moments that will forever stand out as scenes I can say I watched that in the cinema. But that's all I can say. There is a reason why I haven't released a video the day after watching this movie, because to me it was important to let this movie digest with me, let it marinate in my thoughts before I say anything. I didn't want to be taken in by the tornado of hype and excitement and to release a video on adrenaline. I needed time to think about what I watched and how I really felt about it, because this type of movie, it seems you have to be the first to release a video and get your point across. Also, it's good for the YouTube algorithm to release a review as soon as possible, but you know me, I'm dreadful at being a good YouTuber. So for the past 13 days since watching this movie, I've watched another 11 movies and kept myself occupied while just thinking here and there about this film. What do I honestly think? Like I said earlier, it is a good movie. A movie I respect more for what it achieved than the film itself. Because what it has done is exactly what Martin Scorsese wants movies to do. To inspire, to linger in the hearts and minds of the audience, and to push cinema and filmmaking further. Film needs to grow and improve and keep on evolving if it wants to catch the hearts of not just younger generations, but older ones too. Film cannot stand still. It has to keep moving forward, from silent movies to Dolby Atmos, from black and white to big IMAX. Film and cinema have to evolve, or it will forever be a forgotten art form. And what Spider-Man shows us is that the cinema is not dead, because when an innovative movie like this, a movie that captures the hearts of all ages, comes out, then everyone wants to go to the cinema and be part of a historic event. Because this is a big historic event in movie history that everyone will tell their future generations about. How two studios joined forces and came together to create a movie that had characters from decades ago return and meet the new incarnations of that same character. What this movie has done is connected 3 generations of film lovers and got them together to experience their favourite version of Peter Parker in one movie. Imagine you're a parent who grew up with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, taking your child who has grown up with the Tom Holland Spider-Man, and both of them are in the same movie playing the characters you both love to watch. That's beautiful. That's what this movie has done, connected audiences young and old to appreciate all versions of Spider-Man. For that, I have nothing but respect for this movie. To see Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland all swing together in their costumes was an absolute joy, and all you can do is soak it up, because I swear you may never see anything like this ever again. Sometimes a movie is not about the intricate little plot details, sometimes it's just about having a good time, especially in this most shitty of times. Cinemas at the moment need a hero. They need a movie that can get everyone in those doors, and sure, we love artsy movies and pretentious ones, but what we need right now is Spider-Man. A movie that connects all, that makes us excited about going to the cinema and makes us forget about the times we live in. And it did that. And that's why it should be celebrated. Its achievement in pushing the boundaries in storytelling and to connect an audience is special. Which takes me to why I think Spider-Man No Way Home should win an Oscar. Like I said, this movie isn't the best superhero, Marvel or Spider-Man movie, but you don't need to be, because this movie should win Best Picture because of what it means to the audience, and movies without an audience are nothing. There are categories such as writing, editing, acting, directing that can go to other movies, but Best Picture to Spider-Man just makes sense. I'm no Marvel fanboy, they are hit and miss for me, but I am a fan of cinema and films in general, and to ignore the impact this movie has had with audience members and easing them back to the auditorium would be a mistake. Film isn't just for the pretentious elite who want to give awards to movies only a handful have seen because it makes them feel smart. It should be given because of what impact it has made as well. The smiles it generates, the tears it brings out, and the sense of community it has built. And that is a cause of celebration, especially in these times. We have been locked away and can't see the people closest to us, so to see 3 characters, sure fictional but so real to so many people, together in one movie makes that even more amazing. Sometimes the technically best movie isn't really the best movie. Sometimes it's the one that just connects with everyone at the same time and makes us feel closer to the people right next to you in the cinema. The stranger sitting on your left who actually enjoyed Andrew Garfield's version, the person to your right whose first Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire, or the kid sitting in front who has witnessed both of them for the first time. That's cinema. That's film. And that's why Spider-Man No Way Home should win an Oscar.